then I had to do some treatment. So, but it was amazing. I watched the first half, but she got to go in the second half, so I didn't watch that. She can shoot it better than me.
You did.
I did not poke
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you.
Did you do it on purpose?
I got him in the knee. That was my reflex.
You can also feel the buzz in the city about what we're going to be able to do. As long as we focus one game at a time, I think we'll be in a great spot.
Remember when sports drama stayed on the court? Those days are long gone. NaLyssa Smith and DiJonai Carrington just lit up social media with a video about Caitlin Clark, and now the WNBA is in meltdown mode. Buckle up, because this story is wild from start to finish. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So picture this. Smith and Carrington are on Instagram Live just chatting and having a good time. Everything's chill, right? Wrong. Out of nowhere, Carrington starts talking about Clark getting poked in the eye. And fans, they lost it. You know how quick things blow up online. One minute it's a casual stream, the next it's a full-on war. WNBA fans were not happy. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is huge right now. She's killing it on the court, looking like Rookie of the Year material. Fans love her, and they're ready to fight for her. This video hit a nerve big time. It's like poking a beehive with a stick. Fans felt like Smith and Carrington were disrespecting their new favorite player. And trust me, things only got crazier from there. And boy, did things get crazier. You think fans were mad about the video? Their reaction to what happened next makes that look like a warm-up. How did a single tweet turn this drama into a full-blown disaster? NaLyssa Smith thought she could brush off the backlash with a simple tweet. She posted, "Y'all mad as shit," with 6 laughing crying emojis. But instead of calming things down, it was like pouring gasoline on a fire. Fans went from upset to absolutely furious. Suddenly, people were calling for Smith to be traded from the Indiana Fever. Can you believe it? Fans felt betrayed, like Smith wasn't loyal to Caitlin Clark.
Hasn't just been rapidly approaching, it's been blinding. Led by one of the best rookie seasons in league history by Caitlin Clark.
A season with the spotlight just squarely on her.
Yeah. Well, in terms of Juju, the basketball player, I've always felt like one of my biggest.
And then her just confidence. You can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer.
It's wild how quickly things can turn in sports, especially when social media is involved. But wait, there's more. DiJonai Carrington got caught in the crossfire too. Fans started accusing her of being obsessed with Caitlin Clark. It's like they thought Carrington had some kind of weird fixation on Clark. And you know how fans can be when they think someone's messing with their favorite player. The drama didn't stay online either. After a Fever loss, fans lost it when they saw Smith interacting with Carrington. It's like they couldn't believe Smith would even talk to her after everything that happened. The whole situation was spiraling out of control. Now, here's where things get really ugly. Both Smith and Carrington started facing serious harassment. We're talking death threats and racist comments. Carrington even shared a screenshot of an email with a racial slur and a death threat. That's not just crossing a line, it's jumping way over it and then some. This wasn't just about basketball anymore. It exposed some seriously messed up stuff in the WNBA community. Alyssa Thomas from the Connecticut Sun called out Fever fans, saying their backlash was racist. It's like this one incident ripped the lid off a whole bunch of issues nobody wanted to talk about. Think about it. How did we get from a casual Instagram live to death threats and accusations of racism? It shows how quickly things can spiral out of control in the world of social media and sports fandom. One minute you're just chatting with your teammate, the next you're at the center of a massive controversy. This whole mess raises some big questions about how fans treat players, especially in women's sports. Is this kind of reaction normal? Should players have to deal with this level of harassment just for saying something fans don't like? It's not just about Smith and Carrington anymore. It's about the whole culture around the WNBA and women's sports in general. Remember when sports was just about playing the game? For the Fever, it became about everything but basketball. How does a team focus on winning when they're caught in a media firestorm? The Indiana Fever were already struggling at the start of the season, but this controversy took things from bad to worse. Imagine trying to turn your season around while the whole internet is blowing up about your teammates. That's exactly what the Fever faced after Smith and Carrington's video went viral. Let's talk numbers for a second. The Fever started the season with a rough 110 record. That's tough enough on its own, right? But then add in all this drama and you've got a recipe for disaster. Fans weren't just mad about the video anymore. They were calling for Smith to be traded. Can you believe it? One minute you're a star player, the next minute fans want you gone.
For myself, like coming in, right off my college season and then coming right to the WNBA, having that reset has been something that I probably haven't had in like a year.
You did it on purpose? I got him the knee, that was my reflex.
It looked like you were just laughing.
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry.
You poked me in the eye.
14th win for the Fever. I had this been in a long time. All right, we keep moving forward.
But it wasn't just Smith feeling the heat. The whole team was under the microscope. Every interaction between Smith and Carrington was scrutinized. Fans were watching their every move, looking for signs of tension or drama. It's like the team couldn't breathe without someone analyzing what it meant. And you know what's crazy? All this drama was happening while the Fever were trying to turn their season around. How are you supposed to focus on your game when everyone's talking about everything but basketball? It's like trying to play with 1,000 voices shouting in your ear. The media coverage was relentless. Every sports channel, every website, they were all talking about the Fever, but not about their plays or their strategy. Nope, it was all about the controversy. That kind of attention can mess with a team's head. It's hard to stay focused on the game when everyone's waiting for you to slip up off the court. Now think about the pressure that puts on a team. Every loss becomes more than just a loss. It becomes fuel for more drama, more speculation. Are they losing because of the controversy? Is the team falling apart? These are the questions that start flying around, and they don't help anyone play better basketball. And now let's talk about the future. This isn't just about one season. This kind of controversy can have long-lasting effects. Will top players want to join a team that's been at the center of so much drama? Will sponsors think twice before associating with the Fever? These are the kinds of questions that keep team owners up at night. And it's not just about attracting new talent. What about the players already on the team? How do you build team spirit when there's so much tension and scrutiny? It's like trying to glue a broken vase back together while people are still throwing stones at it. The Fever's struggles on the court only added fuel to the fire. They ended May with a 2-9 record. Every loss became another chance for fans and media to connect it back to the controversy. It's a vicious cycle. The more they lose, the more people talk about the drama. The more people talk about the drama, the harder it is to focus on winning. While the Fever were drowning in drama, the rest of the WNBA was holding its breath. This wasn't just about 3 players anymore. It was about to shake up everything. How prepared was the league for a social media storm of this magnitude? The WNBA found itself in uncharted territory. Social media had turned a casual conversation into a league-wide crisis. Suddenly, every tweet, every Instagram post, every offhand comment was potential dynamite. Players weren't just athletes anymore. They were influencers, celebrities, and targets for fan scrutiny all rolled into one. Think about it. How do you manage a league when your players' personal lives are constantly in the spotlight? It's not like back in the day when what happened off the court stayed off the court. Now everything's fair game. A player posts a selfie and fans analyze it like it's game footage. It's crazy, right? And it's not just the players feeling the heat. The WNBA itself is under pressure.
I mean, I'm just really happy for this organization, obviously. I mean, look at these fans, they're incredible, so if it wasn't for them, I don't know if they'd be here.
Who's going to get this much attention? How do you, A, keep them safe, but B, allow them to embrace everything that's going on?
But it seems like everything is going to be great for her because she's a great talent. She seems like a great gal. I hope she turns that franchise around.
How do they balance protecting their players with keeping fans happy? It's like trying to referee a game where the rules keep changing. One wrong move and you've got a full-blown PR disaster on your hands. Let's talk about the fans for a second. Social media has given them a direct line to players. That's cool in theory, but it can get messy real quick. Fans feel like they know these players personally. They get invested in their lives, their friendships, their rivalries. And when something goes down that they don't like, watch out. It's like unleashing a tidal wave of opinions, and not all of them are nice. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this just part of being a professional athlete? Sure, to some extent, but the pressure on WNBA players is next level. They're not just expected to perform on the court. They've got to be role models, advocates, and social media stars all at once. It's like juggling flaming torches while trying to shoot a 3-pointer. And here's the kicker. The WNBA is still fighting for respect and recognition. Every controversy, every scandal, it all gets magnified. It's not just about basketball anymore. It's about image, about proving that women's sports deserve just as much attention and respect as men's. That's a heavy load to carry, especially when you're trying to focus on your game. So what's the league supposed to do? They can't exactly ban players from social media. That would be like telling fish not to swim, but they've got to find a way to protect their players and their brand. It's a tightrope walk, and one wrong step could be disastrous. This whole mess with Smith, Carrington, and Clark, it's forcing the WNBA to take a hard look at itself. How do they handle rivalries in the age of social media? How do they support their players when things go south online? These aren't easy questions, but they're ones the league needs to answer, and fast. Because here's the truth, this isn't going away. Social media is here to stay, and so are the challenges that come with it.
That's how skilled you are. It's the other end that y'all gotta start taking way more pride in and understanding like that is gonna win us games.
For the first time since 2016, this team has clinched a playoff spot. You guys learned about it last night.
Both Caitlin, Angel, and Brink, who plays for my Sparks, they made the WNBA better. They're going to be tested.
The WNBA needs to figure out how to roll with the punches, how to use social media to its advantage without letting it tear the league apart. It's not all doom and gloom though. This could be an opportunity for the WNBA to lead the way, to show other leagues how to navigate the tricky waters of social media and sports. But it's going to take some serious work, some tough decisions, and maybe a whole new playbook. So, what's next for Smith, Carrington, and the WNBA? This whole mess has shown how one video can turn everything upside down. It's not just about basketball anymore. Players are dealing with crazy pressure online, and some fans are taking things way too far. The WNBA's got to figure out how to handle this stuff. How do players stay true to themselves on social media without causing a riot? And what about the fans? They've got a big role to play too. It's time to think about how we treat players online. Are death threats and racist comments really okay just because someone said something you don't like? This isn't just about Smith and Carrington. It's about the future of the WNBA. How we act now could change everything. So let's be better. Yeah, let's make the WNBA a place where everyone can shine, on and off the court.